morning and welcome back to Create, Share, Inspire podcast. This is episode 764. I'm Kristin Omdahl and we're here live in Southwest Florida in my studio this morning. If you are joining me live, please say hello. As you can see, I have quite a few things to show you this morning, including what I was working on all weekend. I started working on that gradient color cardigan that I mentioned on Friday that I thought would be fun to make. And so I started my vertical stripes in Tunisian double crochet, and I'll tell you about that in a couple minutes. I'm doing 5 colors, and I decided to go with like the more denim-ish side of the blues of our 60 color palette in Beso baby yarn. Let's see. Hi Angela and Thea, Lisa, Judy, Joe, Val, Melissa, Constance, good morning everybody. Hi Donna, happy Monday everybody. So glad you could join me. Hi Judy, hi Rose, hi Mariana, Joyce, Barbara, Carrie, good morning everybody. Hi Christine and Judy. Welcome back to Create, Share, Inspire podcast. This is episode 764. I'm Kristin Omdahl and we're here live in Southwest Florida. If you're joining me live, please say hello. Hi Lily, hi Sanchel, hi Anna. I hope everybody had a great weekend. Hope you made time to be crafty, be creative, or do something that involves some self-care. I know I certainly did. I spent time in my garden this weekend, and if we weren't launching a book, we'd have been in my garden this morning because I really am excited to show you my updates back there. So one day this week we will definitely do the podcast out in the backyard because I'm super excited to show you what I've been working on back there. I've actually taken out my shovel and been digging holes in the ground, replanting things. Yes, very exciting. And I bought some herbs over the weekend. Oh, I actually bought a very unusual plant too. That one's in the house. I could probably, if we don't run out of time, I'll go get it this morning. Otherwise, we'll do a whole plant episode another day this week. Let's see. Who have I missed? Hi, Carrie. Hi, Barbara. Yeah, it's been cold here, but not cold, not cold like other places. It's been lows in the 40s, highs in the 60s here, which, yes, I need a jacket or I need a sweater or a sweatshirt, but we haven't had snow like in other places or ice or frigid temperatures. I haven't even turned the heat on yet, so what does that say? Hi, Sean, good morning. All right, so if you if you're on my mailing list, you already know that I have released the pre-order for 24 Crochet Hats book this weekend. And just like in the past with other books, there is a special promotion with the book. If you decide to pre-order it, you will also get a coupon code when the time presents itself for a discount off of the ebook. So if you wanted to do a combo of print book and ebook, if you do the pre-order, you'll end up getting a $7 coupon off of the ebook when the time comes. So like that email won't go out now, but it'll go out when that is listed. So here's the timeline. The book will be ready to ship on or before February 8th, 2021, which is less than a month now. And if it ends up being earlier than that, you know I will ship it earlier than that. I really like to pad my pre-order dates just to make sure. You never know if there's going to be a backup at the printer or in shipping, and we all know that shipping can be slow, sometimes especially since the holidays. It seems like there's been an enormous backup. So I've padded the date. It may sound like long away, but it really isn't. You know how time flies. Hi, Carla. Good morning. Hi, Judy. Good morning. And thanks, Judy, for sharing the live links. So the pre-order is available now. So what that will mean is if you order the paperback book pre-order style, as soon as the books come in, I will personalize them, autograph them, wrap them up, and ship them to you as soon as they come in. And because you ordered the pre-order, at that time I will be listing the ebook, and I will send out an email to anybody who pre-ordered with a coupon code for $7 off the ebook. So it's your choice. If you want to wait till everything's available, to ship immediately, that's fine. However you want to do it is fine. But the coupon code will only be available during the pre-order. And I'm going to pause for a second just to make sure everybody understands. Those of you who have purchased pre-order books in the past know the drill. You know what I'm talking about. But just in case you aren't familiar, I'm going to pause. So if you have any questions about that, please feel welcome to ask. And then I'll move on and talk about more good stuff. Hi, Jeannie. Good morning. Hi, Barbara. I want to make sure everybody understands what I'm talking about before we move on. Hi, Rennie. Judy's sharing a link with a blog post that'll explain more about the book and the pre-order. Also, there's a link on both the book pre-order page and on the blog post sending you to the actual book information page. And that book information page is really a wonderful resource for you. There you can see photos of all 24 hats along with the name of each hat, the materials list, so how much yarn you would need, how much yarn per color, what colors I used, along with hook size and any other tools that were used. And then I also share all the different sizes available in that hat. I did do a preview video here on YouTube over the weekend as well, where I showed you a photo collage of all the patterns in the book, and on those patterns I did put some text telling you the name of the hat, what yarn I used, and how many sizes it's available in. And you may be asking yourself, why do some hats have more sizes and some have less sizes? And it's based on the stitch patterns used and how you can divide up the multiple. It really just has to do with the construction and the types of stitches used. And as time goes on and we start talking about each hat, I can actually explain to you, and in the front matter of the book, there's a couple of paragraphs on this subject as well. And we talked about it in a previous podcast not too long ago. We talked about the fact that if you really want to intentionally manipulate your gauge, you can actually get some sizes in between those sizes as well. We'll talk about that more another day because that's really techy and it really is a long-winded conversation that will also require the board. So in the meantime, thought it'd be more fun to just go over the hats today and show you what we have. I'll try them on. Obviously, it's going to mess up my hair. And I probably won't do them justice because of that, but I do have a couple of mannequins to show you as well. I just really wanted to go over the hats and give you an idea of them. Oh, but before then, I wanted to show you what I've been working on this week, and I've been working on that cardigan that I talked about. So I'm doing this in Tunisian double crochet, and it's going to be, this is the back, so I'm working it side to side, and I'm doing it in colors navy, indigo, periwinkle, prince, and silver lavender, which I thought was a really nice, cool blues in the denim family. And I thought, I wear so much denim anyway, I thought this would be a fun color combination for me. But obviously you could make it in 1 color, 2 colors, 5 colors, 10 colors, it doesn't matter. You could do it any way you wanted to as well, but I'm going to do mine in 5 colors. Hi, Cam from Algeria. Glad to have you. Carla's hats always turn out large. You probably aren't paying attention to your gauge then. That's what I would guess. And I would, either that or you're not sure what size you need. And honestly, a lot of hats aren't sized. So this book is really going to be a great learning tool for so many people for so many reasons. First of all, a mini introduction to gauge, right? And figuring out how to make something to size. Second of all, what size do you actually wear, right? Sometimes we don't know what size we wear in certain things, especially since a lot of hats aren't sized. And I'm going to show you, you really need to take your head measurement going around your ears and to your forehead. So we go like tucked behind the ears so that you're wrapping the ears, and then coming around to your forehead. and my head is 22 inches. Now, I think I have a big head. I've been told I have a big head before, but I'm not sure what was meant when I was told I had a big head. Sometimes that's a euphemism in English for having a big ego. So we'll see. I know I don't have a big ego, but that doesn't mean haters won't tell you you have a big ego, right? Anyway, that's another story. So what I wanted to mention is not, and this goes back to something we talked about on Friday too, how much ease do you want in your hat? Do you want something with negative ease? Do you want something with positive ease? Do you want something with no ease? So depending on the style of hat you're wearing and depending on the style of hat you're wearing and how much ease you want in your hat, there could be all sorts of sizes that I can wear an 18-inch hat if I want to, if there's enough stretch in the hat and if it's a look that I'm going for. And I can wear a 24-inch hat. I can wear a 25-inch hat. The largest size in this book is 24 inches, and if you go by the Craft Yarn Council of America sizing chart, that's considered the size for a large man. Now, that would be considered the size for a large man with no ease. Having said that, this is the Kyler hat is a 24-inch hat, and I'm going to show you. I love this size. It is nice and cozy on me as well. And first, I want you to see this up close too. And it almost has a little bit of like a bucket flare at the bottom because it's a little larger on me, and I love this look. Now, if you actually needed no ease 24-inch hat, it would fit you a little more snugly, and that's fine too. And it comes in sizes, so you can choose which size to make, whether you're sizing down on your own head circumference or sizing up or making exactly the size. This has a gorgeous cable design. So you can see we have a twisting cable here, and then we have some columns of post stitches as well. Very, very beautiful hat. This is done in Beso Cozy yarn, which is my number 4 worsted weight wool and merino wool and bamboo yarn. Isn't that gorgeous? And I did it in 2 colors just for fun to show you that you could mix things up like that as well. But you could also do this all in one color. It'd be gorgeous all in one color as well. One of the hats that I'm excited to show you about is the Coco. You know how much I love animal print, right? So I had to represent animal print in this book. And so here is tapestry crochet in animal print. And this one's in Beso baby yarn. I used colors ecru, chocolate, and gold in this pattern. I love this hat so much. Now, depending on the stitch pattern you use and the techniques you use, you will have more or less give and stretch in your projects. Tapestry crochet happens to be a type of technique that doesn't have a lot of give in it. So if you're in between sizes, you will want to size up on this pattern. I believe this is 19 inches, and normally I can stretch in and out of different sizes, but you'll see that it's a little bit snug on me, and that's because there's no give in this style of hat. But so for me, if I were making this again and making it for myself specifically, I would make it in one of the larger sizes. But keep that in mind when making things, because when you make something with a lot of give or a little give, you have more or less flexibility in your sizing. But how gorgeous is that design, right? I love this one so much. There goes my hair. I don't care. It's important to show you how the hats look on, so whatever. And oh, this is the Julian hat, and it starts with a starburst on the top in post stitches, and then it goes into a honeycomb stitch pattern along the sides. This one I used Beso baby yarn and doubled it to give a nice chunky squishy feel, very warm and cozy. And this is in colorway turquoise in Beso baby yarn. Then I did a couple of messy bun hats, which I can't do justice without a ponytail, but you can see the photos in the book. If you go to the book information page, you can see the photos. This one has a messy bun top on it. That's the Primrose hat, and that is a number 4 worsted weight Beso cozy yarn. Then I did the Kendra hat in Beso baby yarn and colorway bubblegum, and that is also a messy bun hat. In the instructions, it also tells you how to get started at the crown if you don't want to do the messy bun hat, because either of these designs would be adorable on men, women, children, people that don't need messy bun openings at the top. So when you choose your size, depending on if you want the messy bun feature or not, you can actually make a little crown instead. And honestly, once you understand what you're pulling out to be able to do this, you could apply this to any of the other hats as well. And we could even talk about that on another day as well. Let's see, then we have the Jamie hat, and this is with seamless motifs, join as you go motifs without cutting yarn in between the motifs. And this is done in Beso Baby yarn in color indigo. And this is the size 24 as well. So you can see that this would be for a large man if that's what you were going for, or it ends up being a nice slouchy hat on someone that wears a 22-inch hat. So, I mean, you definitely have flexibility between wearing hats to size or wearing them larger or smaller, depending on what you're looking for. So this is the Milo hat, another join as you go motif. This is kind of like this stitch pattern would be kind of like a cross between join as you go motifs without cutting yarn and like an entrelac style. It's not entrelac. It's actually inspired, when I designed these motifs, I was inspired by those little Japanese rake gardens that you can put on your desk. You know, when you can create a Zen pattern on your desk in one of those little sand gardens, that's what the inspiration was for this stitch pattern. It ends up being single crochet through the back loop only. This is color Beso Baby this is Beso Baby yarn in color platinum. Then this is the hat that's on the cover of the book. This is Sylvia, and it's done in Beso Sporty Bling yarn in color indigo. And this is a slouchy hat. It is intentionally a slouchy hat, meaning that we make it a little extra long so that there's a little bit of slouch in there. This, I believe, is the 22-inch circumference hat, so you can see it absolutely fits like regular around my head, but I made it a little long. So keep in mind, if you don't want it slouchy and you don't want it a little long, you don't have to make it as long, right? Anytime you're making something from top down or bottom up, changing the height is super easy. What if on any one of these hats you wanted to make it extra long so that you could make the brim fold up? You would just need to make it a couple of inches longer. It's super, super easy to manipulate the size of a hat in that respect as well. So that's the Sylvia hat. I love these hats in Sporty Bling. They're just so dressy, and it actually gives you the ability to wear a hat as an accessory, not just for cold weather and for keeping warm when it's cold outside, but a little more of an accessory as well. You could go out in the spring or the fall with something like this on and a denim jacket and just look cool. Not all hats are necessarily for keeping warm when it's snowing outside. Sometimes it's just for a dressy hat look, right? Or a bohemian hat look, or I don't know. Anyway, this is the Heather hat, and this is in Beso Sporty Gold Bling in color Mulberry. Can't really see the stitch pattern when it's on itself, but you can see it has a really beautiful floral inspired stitch pattern. And I'll try this one on. And this one just fits to size. It's not oversized. It's not negative ease. It's not positive ease. This is just the 22-inch hat, I believe. So I wanted you to see that. And look at, again, having that bling in there. It's just so dressy and cute. I love it. And then here is the Desiree hat. This one's a little oversized as well, I think. No, this one feels like it's just a 22. It could even be a 20. It might be a little negative ease. I can't tell. You'll see. I have all of the sizes listed in the books and in the description page. And I also listed what size is shown, so you can get now that you know that I wear a 22-inch hat or have a 22-inch circumference hat, and in all the photos I tell you what size is shown in the photos. You can definitely use that as a gauge for figuring out what size to make for yourself based on how tight or loose or right on you want your hat to be. So that's the Desiree in Beso Bold yarn. And then we have the Alexa hat. This is Tunisian crochet, work side to side with a beautiful lace stitch pattern. And I used front post and back post double crochet, front post and back post stitches for the brim in Tunisian crochet. So we combined post stitches and we combined Tunisian crochet so that this brim could be worked at the same time as the body of the hat and still get that texture of a rib stitch. Isn't that cool? So this is done all in one piece. And then we cinch, once we take that flat piece, work side to side, sew it together, and then cinch the top. This would, sometimes when you cinch the top, you may like the way it looks gathered like that. If you don't like the way it looks gathered like that, you could absolutely put a pom-pom on any one of these. And I'll do a pom-pom tutorial one day soon, I suppose, and show you how you put on the button, how you add the, or I was going to show you how to do it with a faux fur pom-pom with the one with the button loop on it, but I can show you how to make pom-poms too. We can have all sorts of fun with this. So if that's something you'd like to do, leave me a comment, let me know, but I think it'll be fun to do. This is the Alexa hat in Beso Cozy yarn, which is my number 4 worsted weight merino wool and bamboo yarn. How cute is that, huh? And so easy, even if you don't know how to work in the round, especially if you're new to Tunisian crochet, it's worked in rows, not rounds. So really fun way to get used to learning how to do Tunisian crochet. If any of these techniques are things that you've never done before, the fact that a hat is a small project already makes it a great candidate for learning something new. You get that instant gratification of only spending a couple of hours and learning a new technique and having something to show for it. So hats are great reasons to try new techniques. So in the pattern we have, in the book we're representing hairpin lace, broomstick lace. I forget, there was a broomstick lace. This one is broomstick lace. I don't know if I mentioned that. So we've got broomstick lace, we have Tunisian crochet, we have hairpin lace. And in this one, if you've done hairpin lace before, you may or may not know that you can make circular motifs out of hairpin lace. And that's what I did for the crown on this hat. This is one strip of hairpin lace that is transformed into a motif, and then I use that as the crown for the hat. How gorgeous is that? And then the rest of it is pretty simple, and we've got a beautiful little scalloped edge down here. This is in Beso Sporty Bling yarn in color Tropical Hot Coral. And look at how cute that looks on. It just looks like a normal hat, right? You're like, la-di-da, normal hat. And then you turn around and wow. The wow effect in this hat is when you turn around. I love that. What a dramatic statement when you turn around and that's the wow factor. I love that. I've always liked things that were dramatic on the back. And if you've never done hairpin lace before, what a great small project for getting started and trying something new. In the book, if you've never done hairpin lace before, in the book, I do a step-by-step photo tutorial for working your first couple of stitches as well. So hopefully that will help. And over time, as the book is released, I will be releasing supplemental tutorial videos to get you started or show you some tips and tricks on any of these hats as well. This is the Silvia hat, and it starts with a beautiful star in the crown, and then we have a very unusual textured stitch pattern. It's not quite a cable. It's almost like, I guess you would call it like a post-stitch fan. Isn't that pretty though? I love the star on the crown. And this is in Beso's Baby Yarn in color Cherry. Super cute on. I think the texture looks really great just all on its own, but again, this one's going to have that wow factor when you turn around. See that? You've got that beautiful post-stitch star at the top. Okay, what else? Oh, and then we have the Flora hat. This is another seamless join as you go motif. You can see that. And we'll put this one on. So feminine, so cute. And again, comes in all sorts of sizes. So you could make this for yourself, you could make it for a child, you could make it for anybody. And this is Beso Baby Yarn in color Periwinkle. And this is the Visage Beret. This is in Beso Fine yarn, Beso Fine Bling yarn. It has a beautiful lace crown And then it has and it also has a beautiful ribbed brim. And there's the beret. How cool is that? Isn't it just cool? And especially in the bling yarn, I just think that this is the hat you'd wear to go to a concert at night. Wear your leather jacket or your jean jacket and go to a concert. I just think this is so cool. I love this one. It has that cool vibe to it. Okay, and then we've got a beautiful colorwork hat. This is called Beck, and this one's in Beso Baby yarn in colors salmon, lilac, and sugar plum. Thanks, Angela. I love hats. I think they're such a fun accessory. There we go. That's the Beck hat. And then I have a few that we did in baby, and I did them in baby sizes, but you can also make them in any size. Okay, not this one. That's from a different book. This is the Abigail hat. This one comes in mommy and me sizes. So you can make the hat for the baby in Beso baby yarn. And then I used, I think this is newborn size, and this is my 6-month doll, so it's a little bit snug on her. We can try it on the other newborn doll in a second too. But this is the mommy version. The mommy version is in Beso tender yarn, and the leftover yarn from the baby hat makes flowers on the mommy hat. Super cute, right? And let's see, we'll set her down, him or her down there. That hat needs to go on a smaller baby though. Oh, we can put the Parker hat on. This is made in the 6-month size. There we go. Here's the Parker hat, which is super simple double crochet, but I show it in stripes here, but you could absolutely do this in one color too. And if you just want to make super quick hats for anybody that you need to make hats for, or for a whole family set, you could do some of them in stripes like this, and you could do some of them in solid colors, but this pattern comes in 5 sizes, and so you can practice that double crochet simple hat in any size. And it has a beautiful little reverse single crochet edging on there. The brim is super simple but super cute, but the stripes are really gorgeous. But again, you could do this hat with or without the stripes as well. That's called the Parker hat. Let me grab the rest here. Oh, I'm excited to show you this one. This is the Rayna hat. Now it comes in lots of sizes, and you can make it in any number of adult sizes too. But the first time I made this hat, oh, I don't know, 15 years ago, this is one of my this is something I never published before, was using flower motifs as ear flaps for a baby hat. And I did this for my niece when she was a toddler, and she just looked like a little fairy princess when she would wear the hat. And there was something just so flopsy and whimsical about those floral motifs as ear flaps on the hat. And how cute does it look on the baby, right? So cute. I mean, you could do that on the adult sizes too, absolutely. The instructions are there. You can do it if you want. I have never done the flower ear flaps on an adult hat, but I don't see why you couldn't. I think they're so cute. So anyway, the pattern comes in multiple sizes to make the simple hat, and it's worked sideways in rows. So even if you're not familiar with working in the round, you can absolutely, that would be a great beginner hat. Then we've got 2 more baby hats up here, but keep in mind, even though I made the baby sizes for these, the patterns are sized for adults as well. This is the Reese candy stripe hat, and I thought what was so fun about this one, and I was inspired by like Oreos and cookies and cream when I did this hat. Look at how it starts in the center. So this one ends up being tapestry crochet as well, because you carry both yarns as you go. But you could do this striped hat in any 2 colors if you were inspired by candy, or if you were inspired by teams. You could do it for a sport team as well, or for a college, a high school, a mascot, something like that. You could do the colors in any inspiration. But for me, I was thinking candy. Doesn't that remind you of like the swirl of a candy? And I picked the chocolate and the cream Just thinking about Oreo cookies, I guess. But again, you could do that in any color. So that is the Reese candy striped hat. And this one is another striped hat, but this one's totally different. This one is called the Sheila, and it also comes in, again, all of these come in all kinds of sizes. I just happen to make these on the baby. So today you're seeing some adult size sample, but some child size samples, but all the patterns have sizes for multiple sizes. So this is the Sheila hat, and I combined two colors on this one. This is Beso baby yarn in colors Prince and Periwinkle, but you could do this all in one color. The texture would be gorgeous regardless of whether you used color work or did it in one color. Charlie wants to have a baby to put these hats on. You could also donate them too, right? Hats are such quick projects and they'd make great donations as well. If you don't have someone to make them for, there are lots of people in need that could always use hats. Let's see, did I get to everything? I think that's all 24 hats. I think so. Maybe I'll put the babies back up here so you can see them. I need to make outfits for these guys, or find outfits to put them on. You know how I always come up with things to shame myself about when I see these guys in their original store-bought clothes? Every single time I sit there and shame myself and say, you know, you could make them outfits. I know. As soon as there's 96 hours in the day. There we go, guys. Okay, does anybody have any questions? I know I showed lots, and I showed 24 projects today. That's a lot of information. Christine, the dolls are in my Amazon shop. You can find them there. The bigger doll is the one that comes in 4 ethnicities. I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't know what the Unif Melody sweater is. What's my favorite projects? It's usually whatever I'm working on. Could you add brims for floppy sun hats? Sure you could. Definitely. You could add a brim to any hat. You could add a baseball style brim to any hat, and you could add a sun hat brim to any hat. Definitely. I have 2 patterns like that on my website right now, and you could use the formula from either one of those brims to add to any hat. Layla, you just need to make whatever you're most excited about. When you browse patterns, find something that you decide that you can't say no to, and whatever you get the most excited about is usually what inspires you to want to learn the most. Thanks, Rita. Thank you, Thea. I'm glad you like them. Oh, my hair got so messed up from the hats. Maybe I put another hat on. Let's see, what hat should I put on? I'll put the cover hat back on. This is the Sylvia hat in Beso Sporty Bling yarn in color indigo. Are the patterns rated beginner and intermediate? Yes, I don't think there's anything super advanced in there. I mean, probably the hardest thing to learn in there, if I'm going to place a rating on anything, would be the seamless motif hats, because these are join as you go motifs, but the charts are very detailed, the schematics are very detailed, the instructions are completely written out. Like, if you can follow directions, there's nothing you can't make in the book. There's nothing super complicated, but there are a lot of techniques. So if you are excited to try, oh, here's the last one, the hibiscus hat. This one has an embellished, oh, I can bring out my last baby doll then too. Hold on. I've got one more baby doll over here. I thought I had enough dolls for all the hats. Here we go. Hopefully this is sized for 6 months and not newborn. I think it is. I can't remember. Okay. Come on, sweetheart. Well, if you are interested in purchasing these dolls, again, they come in 4 different ethnicities, whether you prefer a certain one or not. But what I thought was so interesting about them is they're meant to be, oh gosh, I'm going to forget the expression again. What's the thing that people say when they bring pets with them in certain situations? An emotional support pet. These are considered emotional support toys. And a lot of times people buy these for people in nursing homes or in other situations where they need something to help them with their anxiety or their loneliness or what have you. They're made to be, like, they do have hard hands and feet, but the rest of their bodies are squishy. And you'll notice that even when I pick them up, you'll notice how quickly I go to hold them like a baby. And it's because I get that maternal urge that I normally get from babies. I actually get it when I'm holding these dolls. So they are meant to be emotional support dolls. So if you need an excuse to buy a toy and play with it, or buy a doll and play with it, it does have that emotional benefit as well. Yes, my kitties do. My kitties got jealous originally when I bought the first doll. I'm going to tell you a quick story about that. So the emotional support dolls that come in the 4 ethnicities, the kitties are not jealous of these. But when I first got this doll and brought it home, it came in a wicker basket. I found it at a flea market, but it wasn't used. It was new in a flea market. And it came with the most gorgeous wicker basket. I'm like, that's going to make great photos. And you may have seen them over the years in various baby projects that I've photographed. It came in this gorgeous little basket, and when I got it home, the kitties flipped out. They're like, no, that basket's for us. The doll needs to go. So they would burrow into the basket and kick the doll out and get in the basket instead. And you could just tell that there was a jealousy about it. It was hilarious. And they ended up destroying the basket because I don't remember how they destroyed it, but they did destroy the basket. And anyway, I've been able to save the baby, but I did not get to save the basket. And ever since then, they have not noticed any of these dolls. Like, I bring these dolls out all the time for photo shoots or for trying on things or for changing, where I put things around here. And they're oblivious to the dolls now. They don't even see them anymore. But man, the first time I brought this doll in, this poor baby, they were not getting it. Let's see. A great question, though. It is funny. Kitties are hilarious. Trying to think what they did, if they did anything ridiculous this weekend. They always do ridiculous stuff. Yeah, I guess they made friends with the dolls. They're not intimidated by them anymore. They were intimidated, but not anymore. Yeah, so this doll has more of the plastic leg. It has plastic legs and arms and just, well, it has a battery in here too. I never did put batteries in. I'm not sure what this doll is supposed to do. I use them for models and occasionally hold them. How cute is this hat though? Do you guys like the floral ear flaps? I mean, I don't know why I never published the pattern all these years. I guess maybe because I made it for somebody special. Maybe I just kept it special at some point and then forgot about it. I don't know, but I am so excited to finally share this with you guys. This is one of my favorite designs of all time, and I think it's because I designed it for my niece partly as well, but it just came out so whimsical and so cute. I mean, it kind of has a little bit of a Princess Leia vibe, but it does look like but a little more like a flower fairy to me. Maybe if you make projects for people that photograph babies to make photography, what do you call those? Not stunts, photography props. It would be adorable for something like that too. Thanks, Thea. All right, we definitely went over on time today, but I mean, we had 24 hats to show, so what do you know? Oh yes, the kitties were hugging each other on Facebook. That's right. I have been sharing. I've been trying to share a little more of my kitties on my personal Facebook page, but I do all that public. So if we're not friends, you can still see everything if you just follow me there. And I've been sharing more of the kitties on Instagram stories and on TikTok. So regardless, I'm not sure how much you want me to do posts here on YouTube, but if you think that I should be doing those regular posts here on YouTube as well, separate from the videos, let me know. I never know how much is too much and what's not enough. So I'm happy to share as much of my life with you as you deem entertaining or fun or interesting, but I also don't want to bombard anybody with too much stuff. So I'm always open to your feedback and see what you want to see from me. Thanks, Barbara. I'm so glad you ordered the pre-ordered the book. You're going to love it. It's such an amazing resource to have 24 hats with a variety of techniques and multiple sizes. Like, there's a hat in there for anybody you want to make a hat for. And I'm really proud of that. And I really like making reference books, because it's always nice to have one spot where you have a go-to to do things, because yes, there's unlimited information on the internet, right? But when you find something, how do you go back to it? That's the hard part. So anytime I can put something together and make it a full-bodied reference tool, it's really important to me, because I know it's just so much more efficient when you know you can go to one source and find a bunch of options and be able to browse that way. Because just going online can just be completely overwhelming, a huge rabbit hole, and then you don't remember what you even started looking for, right? A.M. Sterling, the animal print's your favorite. I love it too. I mean, I don't even know what my favorite is, but I am super, super excited about this. And one thing I wanted to mention about this hat is color options. You could do this. Have you ever seen like neon animal prints? Instead of ecru, you could do this as hot pink or hot purple or a bright blue or a pastels. You could do pastels, primaries, tonal. You could do snow leopard. Think about it. You don't have to do the traditional leopard print colors. You could really change this up and still get the animal look, the animal print look, without the on the nose animal colors. So fun. We can talk about that one day too. Maybe I'll draw up. I could probably do mock-ups of the chart in other colors. Let me see if I can do that. And I'll put them on my board so you can see the different color options, or maybe I'll do a blog post, something. I'll do something, because I think it would help to see a visual of all the different ways you could create that animal print with other looks. The animal print is not hard if you've done tapestry crochet before, Christine. It is just carrying, it's just one stitch in this color, 2 stitches in that color, 1 stitch in that color. It's not difficult. It's single crochet through the back loop only. The only thing is you would have to learn how to carry 2 colors and change color frequently. But otherwise, it is not difficult to do. Rita is saying zebra. I'm guessing maybe you're requesting a zebra print. I'm not sure what you mean. No, this would be more of a leopard print, but yes, there are obviously other prints out there. This is just the print that I chose to do for the book. All right, well, we went way over on time, but I appreciate you all staying with me so much. It was a lot to talk about, 24 patterns. I mean, what are you going to do? Take some time. If you would, I did make a video for all of this that's much more concise. I debuted it over the weekend, so if you want a quick reference, that video, you can see all of the patterns up close and see what you need. I have all of those detailed pages on the website with more information, including all the material lists and the sizes. So all of that's really going to be helpful as well for ordering yarn. And what else? Oh, and the playlist where that first video is in, that is where I will be putting the supplemental tutorial videos when the book comes out. So you can find that playlist here on my YouTube channel as well. It's called 24 Crochet Gifts. If you have any questions, please always feel welcome to come back and leave them for me in the comments. I do get notified from that throughout the day. Let us make time to create, share, and inspire today and every day. Have a wonderful day, everybody, and I'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Bye-bye.